too. Okay, so when we're talking about tangents, let me do this in the big one here. Tangents is a visual distraction. We'll talk a lot about composition today. Okay, when we're talking about tangents, it's a visual distraction. And you can purposely create tangents, but for design, you want to avoid them as much as possible when you start learning what design is. And this is very much like you can equate it to a conversation that you have with somebody else who all of a sudden they start talking about something else, or they start deviating from the conversation because something catches their attention. And it creates a distraction because all of a sudden you're not talking about what you originally were focusing on. And it's a deviation. So a tangent when it comes to design is a visual distraction. It's something that causes, there's a few things that causes. Let me see. Visual tension. Again, as I said before, it's a distraction. Those are the main ones, but there's different types, there's different approaches to this, to a tangent. So let's talk about proximity. Or we can talk about it in proximity. And some of you had it in your pieces, and that's fine if you had it originally. Let me do it, but you want to avoid it. So okay, so let's talk about if we're focusing, let's say, on proximity, and you have something like this where, and I'm exaggerating this quite a bit, but you guys would get the idea. Okay, so there's two different tangents that's happening in here. You have a square that is really close to the edge of the picture plane and basically like shoved in a corner. That's a tangent. That's a pretty serious tangent. And you want to avoid this as much as you can. And what it means is you're minimizing the negative space. Anytime you are minimizing space, it creates a distraction. So this little space that you have, and that's happening in here, it's creating a distraction because it looks like I'm shoving something that has a 90-degree angle into a 90-degree corner. So it looks like it's being shoved in here. Also, we have something like this. We're also minimizing negative space. Let's talk about negative space really quick. And this is going to be an easy way to think about negative space. Okay, so we have this square or rectangle. Now it's a rectangle. So this rectangle is taking up positive space within a picture plane. This, let me do it with this. I want to use all these. This is a picture plane. And a picture plane is the viewable area of your design. And this is taking up positive space within this. So this is positive space. The air around it, that's negative space. So when we look at these, all of these shapes in here are taking up positive space, and this is all negative space. And this was Sienna. Yeah, this is Sienna. She was very, very careful to avoid tangents. So yes, she does have one of these shapes in the corner, but it is overlap in the corner. And if she hadn't, in fact, I think originally, the thumbnails aren't in here that she originally had done. She actually had one directly pointed into a corner, and we avoided it. She actually had to redo it. Okay, so this is taking up positive space, this is negative space. Now you can't have one without the other. Anytime you put a shape into a space, you're creating positive space, it's taking up positive space, and you're also creating negative space. Now, the negative space is also a design feature. So how you design negative space is also important too. So they actually go hand in hand. Hello. They actually go hand in hand. So with this one, all of these curves in here take up positive space, but you can see what is happening with the negative space too. The negative space almost seems like a design feature, and it is a design feature. It's done on purpose. Okay, let me see. Oh, this was her. This is Kevin's original thumbnail sketch. Okay, so with that, again, you can't have one without the other. So the space in between, if you minimize that space, you're affecting the overall design. And so it's something that you definitely want to avoid. So let's talk about how to avoid this. You can place one here. You can overlap. Oh, that's also a tangent, and so is that. Okay, so to avoid it, you can overlap. I'll do this and I'll fill this in after. You can, to avoid it, it looks like the corner of the triangles are trying to pop this ball. You start thinking about it like that. So it might be better to do this, to reposition them. Let me darken them.
So even though they're close together like that, because the tip is askew, that fixes it?
Yes, it does fix it. And if you overlap it, yes. Even though they are in close proximity, proximity is not a problem. It's when you're using proximity in a way that is not aiding your design. If it's not, see, this is fine right here. Because there's enough negative space away from it, that's fine. If it was any closer, let's say, like right now, that works. But let's say if this, let's say this circle is really like this close to the triangle, that's a tangent. But you double the space, even triple the space, it changes. Does that make sense? Yes.
What about the square that fits right in the corner, in the middle?
This one? This one?
Yeah.
Oh, you get rid of that. You get rid of that negative space altogether. So it looks like it's actually, you don't really know how large that square is. It's exactly, it could be zoomed in. It could be, for all we know, it could be out here. But the big thing is, what it does is it anchors it to the corner rather than looking like you're trying to shove it in the corner. Okay. For instance, let's say I had a red ball in here, and I shoved it in the corner. Immediately, everybody would go, "Oh, why is that red ball in the corner?" But if I had it on the table or somewhere else on the floor, it'd be like, "Oh, it's a red ball." But you would question, why is it in the corner? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. All right. So it's better just to obliterate that if you can. Okay, so tangents. You want to avoid that at all costs. And it's very, very easy to do. Here's another type of tangent that people do all the time. Oh, I don't like this one. We do this one.
So is this mainly seen in abstract items? Like if you were to draw like a character, like your characters?
A character by itself is, but I'll show you, let me see. When we initially learn to draw, And let's say I told you guys, okay, you guys are going to draw your family, or draw your house, draw your family. Everything would be done right here on the bottom of this rectangle, as if this is the ground, because we equate something that is horizontal as the ground. That is also a tangent too, and that's exactly what I was going to talk about now, because this is what we naturally do. We do this. Now this isn't a tangent. This is a design faux pas. You want to avoid this too.
So like in case of like if you're drawing your family, if you put
Whatever,
like,
but even
round-
it could be anything. So like even like in my drawing class, they're doing stuff in their sketchbook during the week, or every odd week they're doing stuff in their sketchbook. They can't put stuff right here on the bottom of the picture plane because nothing looks like that. I mean, if I told you guys to draw this table or draw everything on the table, it's like, oh, where's the ground? But we naturally start to look at, oh, okay, well, if he wants me to draw this pen or draw this box, I'll draw the box, and they'll do something. They'll do something like this. They'll draw this box like this, as if it's like this on the table.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah. But like to fix that,
To
do you want to put something like, say for people, you'd want to draw the actual ground and then have them above it. That would fix the tangent.
That could.
Okay.
That could. Yeah, that could. Okay. What other questions you guys have? These are good questions. Okay. All right. Let's